Hello, message from Krishna here. Basically, we are discussing about another topic that is the global, that is the currencies, and in currency, basically, we are talking about the dependency, independence. We are talking about the ideas are equal to global warming. In global warming, we are talking about the global warming is not an error. Basically, it's a solution. Basically, we are talking about the solutions only. In this solution, basically, we are talking about the 12th number solution, that is cities creation. Basically, is good rather than creating the planet. Basically, so like this, basically one of the topic is on basically. In this basically we are talking about one problem basically, that is problem basically. So one of the person told that basically if we he basically might have told that basically I am taking holiday basically, then basically are you coming tomorrow, that much clear basically if might have done, then basically the problem basically might have solved basically. But everything was planned, so you can't do anything basically. Your brain was also planned up to that level, brain data was given to you, that was also planned, so everything was planned basically. So same way one of the person told that basically the satellite groups are basically watching the Bollywood movie basically. So according to that basically they likes the Bollywood people basically, that type of energy basically they are sending to the satellite group from the movie basically. You love basically Bollywood movie basically. You love Shah Rukh Khan basically, who is staying near the sea water. You love Salman Khan basically, who is basically staying near the sea water basically. You love Bollywood basically, who are basically in Mumbai city. You can't take care of the Mumbai city with the help of the sea water. Don't basically blast the sea water inside the Mumbai city. Why? Because they are also watching the Bollywood movie basically. Like this basically they sends the love data to the satellite group basically. That means they are sending the data na, basically like this. And basically anything is going to affect the satellite group basically. That basically time will decide basically what is going to happen, which kind of effect basically the thing is going to connect basically. So lots of people says that nothing is going to happen. Bollywood group, it's a Bollywood group basically. They are helping each and every people basically. Then how basically they can do bad basically? They will never do bad basically. This was actually told by one of the person basically. They will never do bad basically. Then one of the person told that basically, what about these 200 people who visited Mumbai city also basically, but they have not got the job. That time basically it might possible that your project basically your blood cells basically might not be matching basically. But one of the person told that basically that also basically might be some done the plan by some group basically. Everything is possible basically. But whatever things basically was done, that was already done basically. 50 crore people basically died. That is died na basically. That was actually not died basically. That was murder basically, literally done by certain groups basically. That was murder basically. That was actually murder, which was done by the certain groups basically. That was only the murder basically. So one of the person told that basically this was the murder basically. That was 100% correct basically. So he told that basically yeah this was the murder, and basically 200 story basically generated as energy. Then basically if 200 people basically who died basically, sorry 200 people basically somebody told that is this also basically, that why don't you kill these 200 people basically. Then one of the person told that kill now, and then see basically what are the things going to happen. And one of the person told that basically we have lots of Indian people basically who are in the satellite also basically. They are basically died in front of the world basically. What? Yeah, they are died basically in front of the world basically. So that basically if any country basically do some big plan basically against the India country, then basically they will track that basically. They will track that basically, and they will give the information to the India country basically, that this plan is basically ongoing against India basically. Against India basically. So like this basically things are basically there basically. So 20 percentage people error basically has already generated. 200 people basically stories has already generated. 50 crore people already died basically. You can't do anything now basically. Nothing can be happened na basically now, because 50 crore people has already died basically. In Hindi basically you can say 50 crore मर चुके हैं, 50 crore already died basically. You can't do anything basically now. So 20 percentage error is there, 40 percentage error is 100% going to happen. Mark my words basically. And the problem basically starts like this basically. The Gujarati caste basically started from First World War, Second World War data basically. And that was error actually basically. So one of the person told that for that basically we have to think basically how the First World War actually started. That means one of the person told that basically Hitler also basically might be exist somewhere basically, because he is a person basically who basically was mastermind behind First World War and Second World War. Then basically one of the person told that the Akbar Birbal also basically might be exist basically. Tipu Sultan also might be exist somewhere basically, because they were also basically historical part basically. Then one of the person told that Lokmanya Tilak also basically might be exist somewhere basically. Mahatma Gandhi, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. This all basically might be exist, but the body basically structure basically there might be totally different. Few people told that basically Lal Bahadur Shastri also basically might be exist somewhere basically. So one of the person told that basically what is behind this basically. The 20 percentage error na basically. That basically error connects up to this level basically. The error basically connects up to this level, that's why basically. Few people say that basically they are creating lots of buildings, lots of cities, so that the error basically can be solved. For example, MBA, some group told that basically your MBA group basically is having your MBA ideas basically is having this much error. So this 20 percentage error I'm talking. Your MBA group basically is having education is having this 2 percentage error basically. Then he told that 2 percentage error basically. Yes, 2 percentage error basically is in your MBA group basically. 2 percentage basically error is in your MBA group basically. 2 percentage error basically is in your MBA group basically. From the 20 percentage. So you basically solve the error basically. Why basically the MTech people will solve that error? Why the BTech people will solve that error? Why the BE group basically will solve that error? That is your error, no? Basically you solve. You solve, no? Basically who created the MBA basically degree, you solve basically. Then he basically will start the MBA error basically. Like this he will start solution that start error, solving the MBA error basically. Like this basically he starts the solving the MBA error. Like same way basically B group basically have 3 percentage error, ME group basically had 2 percentage error. Like this basically each and every education sector basically has divided into stream basically, that is commerce, science and arts. So few people says that basically your commerce group basically have this many percentage of error basically. Your science stream basically has this many error basically. Your arts basically have this many error. And your medical science basically have this many error. So there's fourth basically subject, fourth stream basically that I have added basically. That's not science basically, that's actually totally different basically, that is medical science, medical department only basically. That basically doesn't come in the science basically, that is totally different basically. That's medical in basically you can say. First is commerce, second is science, and third is arts, and fourth is basically the medical basically. So like this basically you solve your people, you solve your error basically. Like this 20 percentage comes into the error side basically. So in next video basically we are going to see little bit more about this 20 percentage error basically, and how basically this is going to 100%, I am telling you, this is going to convert to the error, that is the 40 percentage. That is 100% basically. You mark my words, one day you will say that basically this error has converted into 40 percentage. So in next video basically we are going to see little bit more about this.